In this video, I'm going to be giving you an in-depth guide of how to easily beat all the bosses in MUCK. Before we get into this, if you guys are new around here, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and let's hop right into this. So, there are currently 4 bosses in the game. You have the classic Big Chunk, which came in the start. Then you have Gronk, added in Update 2. And then you have Bob and the Guardian, which were added in Update 3. And I'm going to be going over all of them, all of their moves, how much damage their moves do, etc. in this video right here. Something to note that's important is that on easy and normal, there is one-shot protection, so if you are full health, you cannot get one-shot by these bosses. Okay then, let's start with the classic Big Chunk. This is what it looks like. Wait a second. Okay, now that I have a sword, I'm gonna actually do these bosses live. So what we were talking about, Big Chunk. There is something important I do want to grab for this fight, so I do need to chop this tree down and make it a very, very simple tool that most gamers will use on a daily basis. That's right, this tool is the pickaxe. The legendary, the pointy, swingy thingy that breaks rocks. And speaking of rocks, Big Chunk happens to just be a very, very big rock. So, of course, your pickaxe, it will always hit criticals. It has a 100% critical strike, but you know, I have a sword, so yeah. Okay, now this guy, he has multiple attacks. He has the attack where he jumps up, he crouches, he goes really high, and then he'll shoot rocks out when he lands. So it is very lethal. Whatever you do, do not go under him whenever he does this attack. It's quite damaging. And you can tell it's about to happen because, you know, he jumps. Oh crap, oops. Okay, now that I'm back here, we can continue talking about him. So this attack, he jumps up. When he jumps up, he makes those rocks. Keep in mind, when those rocks come by, you don't have to get hit to be hit. So, these rocks, they shoot little pebbles that will damage you. So, there are 2 ways to dodge them. 1, you get an object in front of you like this tree. This tree's about to die. This is not a good example. You get a tree to block it, or a rock, and it'll block it, unless it's low enough to where it'll just kill it and go through. You can also do the riskier move of attempting to jump over it, which can backfire quite easily. That's his jump attack. It's really annoying. Like, really annoying. And staying back will make it easier because you have more time to prepare, and it's easier for the rocks to just go right by you if you're standing back. The next attack you have is the swing. It's a pretty nice attack. There's actually 2 forms of it. One where he goes around like that, and another where he smashes down. He went around that time, obviously, but when he smashes down, it will actually shoot a rock that goes to you. Oh, is he gonna do it? Oh, no, another swing. This attack is also quite damaging, like being landed on by the jump. But the rock that it shoots is not as damaging, but it can still be painful. Keep in mind, you're behind him and he does the smack, and a rock goes behind him. The rock will not stop, the legs will not block it. You will not be able to see the rock if the legs are in front, and they'll just come through and hit you. And it has killed me multiple times because I've made a stupid mistake like that. He also just has a really annoying, oh wait, nope. It's not a good time to show off that attack. He also has a really annoying thing where if you're by him, like right here. Really, buddy? Are you gonna please help? You're just standing by, and he decides to walk around. He'll stomp on you for a little bit amount of damage, but can't add up. So be careful. That's Big Chunk defeated. Whenever you defeat a boss, it will drop a power-up, lots of gold, and in this case I got Chunkium, which was really lucky, which can be used for armor, and it can be used for the hammer. He can also drop the hammer shaft, as well as stone, which I got, and occasionally mithril, and iron normally too. That's Big Chunk. He's the easiest one on our list, and it's only going to get harder. These bosses, keep in mind, they can spawn naturally, starting on whichever night your difficulty allows them to start on, and they will not be buffed, but when you spawn them with a statue, they will be buffed, and buff is pain. Speaking of statues, this is a statue for the next boss, my least favorite boss in the game, Gronk. He is not you, Dave. He is a goblin dude. Yeah, you, come here. Yeah, good example. Bye. But he has these 2 massive swords, which you can't actually get from him. So this is Gronk, my least favorite boss in the game. He has multiple attacks, I think, yeah, 3 attacks. The first one being this. He goes up to you, he slashes on the ground. It has a pretty wide attack range. Oh crap, no. Oh, don't get hit. I didn't mean to do that. It has a pretty wide attack. Oh, really? You're gonna do this again? So, the best thing to do is either step back, or if you actually want to do damage, go behind him. It's not too bad, but if you do get trapped, the damage will add up and you will die in literal seconds. Something cheeky you could do is you could literally get Gronk to mine you every material in the game if you want to speedrun. Wait a second. I may not have just come up with a good speedrunning plan. This is the next attack. I call it the slam. He sort of just slams his sword on the ground and it goes boom. It shoots like 5 miniature blue swords, which when you get hit will do a lot of health. It did about half my life, and it flings you back. I did that on purpose. Flings you back, which is good preparation for, and the common occasion when he does his next attack. This. It is a painful attack, but more on that in a second. His I don't know what to even call that. Slam, yeah, that's right. His slam attack, or sometimes I like to call it Link to the Past attack, because it sounds like whenever you beat a boss in Link to the Past, can be stopped by trees, as you saw it. It actually stopped 2 of his swords. So, the best thing to do would be to get behind something. This is not good. That rock saved my life, thank you. Get behind something, and it can help prevent it. I also do have a special tip later in the video about an easy way to always be behind something, especially if you're in like a desolate area like over there. That's that attack. Now, most of the time, that attack sort of leads into this next one, where he throws his sword at you. This one hurts. Do everything in your can, not get hit. So, a combination of staying behind objects, that's generally good, as well as, if there aren't any objects nearby, I just need him to get the attack ready. You can do this. You walk, and then as soon as he throws it, you run. That will make his tracking not as good, so it'll be easier for you to get out. I'll do it again, since he so kindly did it twice. I also typically find that attack happens more common after he does his slam. Could be luck. So that's Gronk. Overall, my least favorite boss fight in the game, just because he's so hard to do early game, and his attacks are so lethal. Gronk also does some multiple drops. He can drop Dark Oak Wood, which is a great way of farming it. He can drop a Sword Hilt, as well as a Sword Blade, which will allow you to make the Gronk Sword if you combine those 2 items with the Dark Oak Wood. And of course, as we figured out earlier, you can cut stuff down, so, easy if you're watching this video. We gotta try this in a speed run. For this fight though, there is something I do recommend, and you will need wood for it. That is walls. You'll see why in a second. This also works with any of the other bosses, and as I just said, you'll see why in a second. Okay, this is the Guardian, arguably the hardest boss in MUCK, even harder than Bob, and you'll see why. And what's unique about these guys is when you summon them, if you see this little gem in your hand, I think they're called gems, but I call them Infinity Stones. Whenever you kill them, you'll get an Infinity Stone, which you actually need to beat the game. Which gives it one reason it's harder, is because you have to kill 5 of them across the land, and that can take a very long time to find any, especially if you don't have the gem map, which you find on the bow. It's just a chest there. It marks all these guys. So if you don't have that, it can take ages to find all 5. By the time you find them, they could be way stronger than you should be. Here's how it works. You summon it, and then summons this cool guy. He has like Twilight Princess sound effects. He has multiple attacks. This is the one that screws everybody up. He shoots a laser that shreds through your health. You saw that. It was doing like 1 damage. It did like 100 damage for 1 second on here. I call that the death ray. It's just really annoying. So that's why you want builds mainly, to help protect you from that ray. It is a great way to stop it. It's better than a tree, because sometimes it'll screw itself up and go like around a tree. And you wanna do that attack again, buddy. Okay, yeah, he's doing it again. So what you do is when he's charging up, you just place your wall down like it's Fortnite, and you won't get hit, and it's a great way to protect yourself from it. Okay, so next, let's talk about this attack. This one. How it works is, if you're standing still, he'll jump up, or not, he'll jump up, he'll smash the ground, and it'll make this little red bubble. Let me do it again, buddy. No, wrong attack. Yes. See that little red bubble? That shows where the spikes are gonna come out of the ground. This attack is lethal. Do not get hit by it. How it works. If you're standing still, okay. You can reuse walls too. That was at a bad angle. Be wary though, how much health they have. Okay, what? Okay, yeah. How this works is he'll just jump up, smash the ground, and if you're standing still, it'll make the bubble where you are. However, if you are moving, okay, really? Every time you're moving, it's gonna go a couple steps in front of you. So I'll be sprinting over here, and it'll go in front of me like that. I'll be walking backwards. Really? Okay, I'll be walking backwards, and it makes it behind me. And yeah, that's honestly why this attack is so hard. Every time he jumps, you do have to change direction in order to prevent getting hit by it. And keep in mind, whenever he jumps up and lands, this can do massive amounts of damage. I'll stand semi-close, and look, that did like 30 damage. Imagine if you're right under it. It hurts badly. Okay, can you stop doing that attack? I don't think I bought enough walls for the time I'm spending commentating on this. So that's that attack. Honestly, my strategy might be to just stand still. Stand still so it's easier to avoid getting hit. Yeah. Then he also has just your average boss claw attack. It hurts, but it's not too hard to avoid. I think he likes doing it more if you're closer to him. Oh, I mean, you gonna do your attack, buddy? No. Okay. Also, if you're hugging this wall and he's shooting it, he can hit you still. The laser can be a bit finicky. Yep, there's that attack. It's basically like that. Just never be standing too close. Typically, while he's crouched like that after doing an attack is when you're gonna want to attack him most. And this is the Guardian. Whenever you summon one, it does have the unique color of the gem it's holding, and it can drop rubies, which is great, because mining rubies is such a pain. Can also drop Obamium on rare chances, and it will drop the corresponding gem it's holding. And there are 5 of them across the map. You must get all 5! Then put it in the bow with 300 million other things, and you can set sail, and you will meet the final boss. Bob. Now, Bob, he's just a dragon. He's just a friendly green dragon who tries to kill you whenever you try to escape the island. So, he's a dragon, meaning he flies. So this is the one fight I might recommend a bow for. I personally don't even use a bow, because for being honest, I suck with the bow. So I'm just not gonna use it. The bow is bad. Sadly though, I don't think there is an easy way to practice this fight, because unlike other bosses, you can't just spawn above a statue. You have to go through all the ship things, and that can take like 10 days. So there's not really an easy way to practice for it. But something I do want to mention before you get into this boss, you want to do this as soon as possible. Don't dilly-dally, because every day that's longer is he gets like 1,000 more health, I think. So you want to do this guy fast. So how this fight works is as soon as you put all the parts in the bow and you set sail, the Muck Island will start to drown, and then Bob will come out of the water. He has 2 main phases that I'm going to talk about. I call it the flight phase and then the perched phase, I guess, because Bob is based off the Ender Dragon. So the flight phase, he's literally just going to fly around and shoot fireballs at you. However, this phase is not hard, because unless you're using a bow, you can literally just stare at the ground and it will show one of those red bubbles, just like it shows with the Guardian. It'll show a red bubble where these fireballs will land. These fireballs do hurt, as long as you literally just look at the ground and don't stand in the way of them. You should be pretty fine. Basically, he's gonna fly around for a while, and unless you have like 20 frogs, there's really not much you can do, or you have like actually decent bow aim. Pretty much just wait until he decides to come down to perch. And this can take, honestly, quite a bit. Eventually, though, he will come down, and he will go into the second phase. And so this first starts, he'll smash the boat. So if you're by him trying to do sword damage, be on the lookout. He'll smash it, he'll look around, he'll smash it again. And it does a bit of damage. And so that's one of your best times to get that damage in. Then he'll become a flamethrower and sort of spray fire at you, so you just sort of avoid that. And then I call this the raging Fortnite moment. He just like goes to one side of the ship, smashes his keyboard onto the other side, and that hurts. Don't get stuck in that. After that, he sort of just rains fireballs. Once again, check the ground, don't get hit, and you keep attacking him. Then he sort of goes in the air, does that last phase again, and repeat. Eventually, when he's low enough, in the air, he'll start shooting like 3 times as many fireballs, so just be on the lookout for that. That's honestly one of the most deadly phases. because that's a lot of fire. And so typically when Muck, he would, no, his name is Bob. When Bob is perched, you can sort of just like jump up around him to avoid getting smashed a lot. So that's Bob. He's a pretty simple boss. Quite a bit of moves, but you know how to do him. He's not too hard. And if you guys did enjoy this video, hit that like button. Consider subscribing. I actually did learn quite a bit about these bosses as I was figuring stuff out for this video. So, in my opinion, I think I'm better now. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you smash like, subscribe, and hopefully this was helpful for you. See ya.